Welcome, everybody, to Season 5 of Easy Monday Motivation. It has been quite a break for us, and I am so excited to bring to you guys, of course, our listeners, our followers, our subscribers, our new location, because Johnny Mali said, I'm tired of not seeing you guys. She was like, I need to see y'all in person. I'm tired of seeing y'all in little boxes. So
I don't know if I said it like that. I said, hey guys,
No.
hey gentlemen, would you be open?
What is this? What is this whole?
I kind of had this idea, and I just wanted to know if you all would be open.
Who is this?
To
Who
trying out a new location. That's how I said it.
that does sound like, it's in writing.
What in the entire world is going on? Who is the voice that's coming through right now?
My leash.
Oh my gosh, she was in it. You should have heard her before. My bad. The show has started, so that's why we get this versus what we had before.
Angel. Yeah,
right?
That's it. Yeah.
The gangster is gone, and now the angel.
Season 5,
Season
guys.
5.
We are back in the building. It has been a long break. I missed you guys. We got to do our check-in,
we have to.
So, CT, let's get to the core of things. What's going on?
I see what you did there. Yes.
What's going on, man? Give us an update.
Oh man, I could spend the whole pod talking about where I've been, what we've been doing. Just got back from Seattle. This PCBS, the Pacific Coast Banking School. I teach 2 classes.
Okay.
2 weeks in Seattle was amazing.
Yeah.
The classes were fantastic. Mel was with me, so she was able to support while I was there. And it is this new rhythm around the entrepreneurial world, the entrepreneurial life, finding my voice has been absolutely spectacular. I head to Philadelphia next week, and things are picking up. So all is well. Core Inclusive Consulting is doing its thing. www.coreinclusive.com. So come check me out. Whether it is executive coaching, whether it is keynote speaking, whether it is developing your leaders, come see me. Would love to help. So
what are you learning out there? This might be a future episode, so I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but what are you learning out here?
All the things.
Yeah.
Literally all the things. It has been a roller coaster of emotion and learning and growth, but I am a better me, better version of the current me. And I'm not trying to be anything. I'm not trying to be what I was. I am being the best version of this Chris, this CT, this Coach Chris that I can be every day. So it's been fantastic to be able to wake up and go work out or not, sleep in or not, but knowing that whatever it is that I'm choosing to do, I'm doing. So Melanie's favorite phrase is, Chris, you are responsible for the culture in your company. If you don't like it, you're responsible for changing it.
That's true.
So it's the one thing I've been able to embrace in this whole thing. So so it's been good.
Wait, hold up. So
ready to
you
hire
got
us.
some core culture out
That's 2. We going for like 15 to 16 core comments.
We're going to get them in.
That's 3.
Well, you do know that we're going to talk about my weight loss journey, too, which means we're going to have to talk about my abs, which is also my core.
That's 4. Let's go.
This is terrible. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
I really enjoyed that.
I know. You think everything's punny because you like puns. So we gonna go I want to check in with you, Johnny, my leash. You got a lot of transition going on. What's going on, my leash?
That's pretty much all I have to say about that. No, so my oldest went away to college. Yeah. She graduated back in May, and we sent her off to college just a few short weeks ago. And, it's all the feels. It's everything. It's like, I'm really proud of her. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. I had a wonderful college experience. I'm anxious for her to just experience. Even if she doesn't even stay in college the whole time, just that period in your life is so fun because it's so new and different. But at the same time, I walked back home and I'm like, she's not here. She doesn't actually live here. She's starting a whole new life. And what am I supposed to do? I carried this child. Yep. I gave birth to her. Yep. And now I'm supposed to just be like, okay, see you later. That's hard. It's really, really hard. But I'm super grateful. I still have one at home that I'm holding on to the dear life. I'm like, you want to watch something? Do you want to go out to eat? She's like, that's okay. I'm like, you want to watch a movie in your room? She's like, no, that's where I draw the line. No, we're good.
I thought you were getting better, but that sounds like you're getting worse.
I know. I know.
She's like, oh, my one baby left. Now I'm about to just overdo it.
Yeah, overdo it. So I still, and she's so cool, so I have to try to play it cool. Like, hey, you want to hang out or something? Yeah. So we'll see. And Terry had knee replacement surgery.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
So that's been something too. So getting past her, I really couldn't even process all of that because then boom, he went into surgery and it's taking care of him, which is all good. But so that's just a transition in our house.
So you've been caregiving, you've been releasing.
I've been like a real grown up.
Yeah.
Like this past month, y'all, for the first time in my life, a real grown up.
For 1 month?
I know.
Yeah.
That's not enough, but okay.
But I mean, when you send a kid off to college and you taking care of a sick spouse, I mean, that's grown up stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even though we know Terry's just laying on the couch, you throwing shrimps at him because that's what you told us happened.
Oh, pretty much.
As he rings the bell.
An ice pack and a couple shrimp. There you go.
And it's football season. You don't have any work to do. Yes. It's over until next year.
But the school season has started. So
excuse me. He has a knee replacement. We are not bringing up them kids, okay? My man is sitting at home, not them kids, right?
Right, but you know what? Surprisingly, he actually said, I never thought I would say this, but I do miss the kids. I'm ready to get back to work.
Well, he's been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
You know, that it's a part of who he is. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we gotta Terry back on the show. One Knee Terry. Hey, on the show.
Is that his name now? Well, actually, it will be One Knee because the other one is bad. So you have to have a surgery on the other one soon. So he has One Knee Terry.
One knee at a time.
Once the knee goes out, then it's the hip. So it'd be one knee, one hip. I don't know.
No, don't say that.
When I hip, you hip. We never.
No, we ain't doing.
No,
this is terrible.
We just getting started.
Listen, this season we did say we wasn't gonna sing, but apparently we've been singing in here the whole.
Actually, we got instructions.
We did.
That is
from
true.
who?
From Cam.
From
the man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take this time to go ahead and do a shout out to our engineer, the man behind the scenes in the chair, Cam. Thank you, Cam, for everything you do.
Appreciate you.
I know that most of the time we don't have enough time to thank you, but thank you so much for all that you do. I'm trying my best not to look at you.
Cam, we appreciate you. I'm going to look at you now, Cam.
You're so special to us.
I didn't do it.
You're so great.
I
looked at him.
I know.
So awesome.
There he is.
I looked
He told us not to look at him. We're going to look at him.
He was like, don't look.
We're going to do it.
We're in a little room, y'all. Y'all just don't know how close we are. But, I can see Cam thinking right now.
I can see his soul.
Yes, right now. Yes. I see traces of Ditna as DNA. Okay, I'm just.
I didn't know we actually made it a word. Anyway,
I didn't either. I was laughing, but I was like, I don't know what that is.
You didn't know DNA was
a really good move.
Yeah, it is now.
You moved.
It is.
You got to stay with him, Johnny. He's just.
I'm just rolling with
it. Shit. All right, so I just want to go ahead and give my update.
Yeah, what you been up to?
Yeah.
Listen, y'all. It's been really tough without y'all. It just has, man. Like I told y'all before, the Easy Monday Motivation is one of those places where it's an outlet for me to be able to talk to people who give me good perspective and insight, as well as to reach the masses, right? Mm-hmm. And then people reach out to us and they want to talk and they're asking different questions and they want to know more about the pod. So it's been a really tough struggle to not be making the content because I know how important it is. Yeah. But I'm very excited to be back in the saddle with you guys. My kids are good. I break my kids up into two categories. I got doers and triers, okay? Doers and triers, right? So I got a kid that will do things and I got a kid that'll try things, right? Okay? Now, that don't mean the trier ever does anything. Yeah. He just tries at things, or he'll tell you that he didn't do it and he tried. But then you got the one kid who's like, you ask him what's going on, and all he can do is tell you all the things he's doing. And you're just like,
oh, wow.
I'm with it. Okay. So, my kids are good. I have learned as a parent that you have doers and triers in these kids.
Okay.
Now, we can break that down later, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who's a trier, trying is a wonderful sentiment.
I don't know.
But unless you do something,
listen,
you can try a lot of things.
Yoda said there is no try, there's only do.
That's the reason why. Clear. That's the reason why I broke them up.
Yeah.
Because I have a doer and I have a trier. Okay. So we're gonna get him to doing. Because that trying ain't been working. Because we've been trying for a long time. Okay, there's a lot of people y'all know out here in the world that's still trying at things. You still trying? Mm-hmm. Sir, I'm gonna label you as a trier. Okay, not a doer.
Yeah.
Because you've been trying for a long time.
Okay.
So there's that. I have switched roles now. You know,
congratulations.
Me and Johnny still doing
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah.
I need my applause button. Like,
you do.
For this moment.
Yes,
I felt like there was an applause button moment.
Thank you. 100% excited about the focus of, artificial intelligence and machine learning governance.
Oh, that's cool.
It is so cool to be in this space, to be somebody who is at the forefront, right?
Yeah.
Of everything that's happening. Because, man, I am learning so much so fast. And
Really?
But my risk mitigation hat fits so well here, right? Because I have the background and knowledge to be able to speak to these things and understand it and simplify it. So this move has been great. It's
Nice.
really helped me get reinvigorated for what I do. So it's something that I needed.
That's what's up.
But that only led me back to here. You know what I'm saying? Where I was like, okay, I got a new job, but I miss my people.
I miss you too. You look great.
Oh, thank you.
You look fantastic.
Look strong, fam.
Yeah, you
Thank
do.
you.
You look
Yeah.
really great.
Well, one of the things that I have done, you guys know that I work out quite a bit. My food and all that stuff is already kind of regimented and everything. I did double my workout, so I do 2 a days on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So I'm really trying to get that body recomposition together. I notice it. Like I be noticing this. I go places and people be like,
Okay.
dude, you kind of big now.
Okay.
All right, cool. Even though I'm the same, I weigh exactly the same.
Yeah.
But I can see the percentages of my body changing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a wonderful transition. So for everybody out there, you've seen it, season 1 to season 5. Like this face has been getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And look at he got cheeks. Okay. He ain't got the big baby. He got the little
That's what they're
cheeks.
saying?
Yeah,
That's what they're saying in these streets.
Yeah, that's
in
what
these
they're saying in
streets.
Yeah, you're talking about me in
these
these streets? I'm out here in these streets.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. Celebrate. I like it.
Johnny, that hit different when you on Zoom. Like if you on video, it hit different versus when you live. I'm just saying.
I was like, okay.
A little twerk up in person is different.
Yeah.
Oh my, this one is too tight for that. Just saying.
It wasn't too tight for. Never mind.
Oh, way too long. Back to the song.
Did it?
I did it. I had to do it again.
All right.
All right. Anyway, it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Just so y'all know, we back. And you can tell we back because we haven't talked in too long. And we're very excited to be bringing you this season. Season 5 is going to be different. We're definitely going to have a lot more content that's going to be focused on specific subjects, but we're not going to have a bunch of videos. You're going to see less stuff, but more of us. It'll balance out, trust me.
Say more.
I'm going to show you more, but say less. Okay, no, I'm going to play with that. But today is our first episode kicking off season 5, and I'm truly excited to be able to bring the conversation forward. We've had a lot of different things happening this year.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of ups and downs. And one of the conversations that I kind of wanted to have to level set with people, because I think that we play around with these words, but we don't apply them to our everyday lives as we can or should, right? I want to talk to you guys today about heroes and villains.
Okay.
So this is going to be our first segment. We're going to cut this up today. We're going to start with heroes and villains, and then I have a secondary topic that will transition into, that will follow this too. But this will be our high-level conversation, and the second half of it will be our deep dive into these thematic conversations.
Okay.
All right, that's what we're going to really try to do this season. We're going to hit you with the high-level stuff, and then we're going to drill down, okay?
We got.
All right, so when it comes to heroes and villains, right, what does it mean to be a hero? To be a hero means to perform selfless acts of exceptional courage, strength, or compassion for the good of others, often in the face of danger or adversity and without expectation of reward. Heroes typically exhibit noble qualities, fight for a just cause, inspire others, and act as a model for ideal behavior, impacting lives when help is most needed. That is the description of a hero. I want to have a conversation with you guys and start off by removing some of your noted heroes. And I want to dig into your lives to really understand how we identified the heroes that you do have. We're not going to use mom and dad. Ain't no platitudes here, okay? We're going to really think about what makes somebody a hero in your life. Yeah. So, CT, I'll start with you.
Sure.
And I want you to think about somebody who you recognize as a hero based on the description that I gave you in your life and what makes them a hero.
It's a
It can be anybody. Again, I just don't want it to be your moms and dads because these is cliche. Like, my mom is my hero. Yeah, of course she is. That. Yeah, she better be.
Right.
I felt like the moment required us, and then a hero comes along. Right, I didn't sing it. Thank you. So, like, you have to start there with any answer coming from me, because if you didn't, then it wouldn't be authentic to me. And the idea, right? And the idea of a hero is always been connected or aligned to a TV show, a movie. Yeah. There's a character who has been put in a position to save or rescue. Hero wasn't just some random term that any or everybody had to be. And if I had to give some context for how I even think about hero from my life, there was a season of our marriage where there was some things that were going on, and Melanie would say, I just want you to be my hero. But the way that she wanted me to be her hero would put our family in jeopardy. So, for example, if somebody came up and disrespected her, and these were conversations we'd have, right? Somebody came up and disrespected her, she was like, be my hero and defend me. And I'd be like, I want to defend you, but if I'm your hero in that moment, it puts me in a position where if I end up in jail, I'm no longer your hero, I'm your villain, but we're not villains yet. So to the extent that I had to repurpose what I thought about in the context of hero, how I define it really is someone who is available and there to do the thing that others would not. So if I had to say who a hero is, I have a ton of them that have shown up professionally. I have a number of them who have shown up personally. But the hero that comes to mind, and I know you said don't perish, but this is our grandfather. His name was Keith White. And Keith White is no longer with us. But when I think about someone who taught me how to garden, someone who helped me think differently about finance, someone who I think you all back season 2 or 3 where Mel and I, how we came together and I had to eat beets, right? Yes, in that moment where if you want to be with my granddaughter, you got to eat the beets at the table, right? And somebody coming to me like that really had hero status because he challenged me to be something that beyond what I was or who I was thinking I could be. And so when in that context, he was a hero to me. And then as we go through the conversation, we can go into some of the personalities or the characters that show up. But to your question, he has always been, Keith White was my greatest hero in life. So.
All right. I love that. I love that. Shout out to Keith White. Hero.
Yeah, yo.
Shout out.
Hey, and you can say that with your whole chest. It'd be like, hero.
Hero.
Yeah. Johnny, my liege, you know the question.
I do. I do know the question. No, I think that's a great question. You're trying to put me into a box.
I did.
She did.
He
did.
I'm just gonna.
They did.
But I'm gonna do what I want to do, right?
Yes, I do. I know that.
Unfortunately,
she got her notes. She got her computer out. Hold on, let me get my pen.
My liege.
Hold on, let me.
This is why she'll follow. No, this is why I needed to stop calling her my liege like 4 seasons ago so she could listen.
No, but seriously, when we're talking about heroes, I thank you for reading that definition too. Yeah. But I think about in order to define or explain who your hero is, you got to take a look at what your core values are. Core, I did it.
There we go.
That's 6. I got it.
Like your core values and your beliefs, because that's going to, again, that's going to help determine who your heroes are, right? Yeah. But I know we'll get into villains later, so I'm not going to talk about that duality there. But I would have to say, okay, I'm going to break the rules. First of all, just in general, I would just say my community overall. I grew up, I've talked about this numerous times, but I grew up in a really strong community, which I feel like a lot of people don't have now. Yeah. Even my kids growing up, they don't have we have spots of it, but not like how I grew up, where my entire family was in walking distance. But I say just my entire community because I was so grounded in who I was, who I am as a person. I was never I think you go through things in life where you're searching to figure out who you really are. But I always had a sense of who I am. I didn't have to go out and do some off the wall things to try to search for love and try to figure things out because I was surrounded by it. Right. And so again, that kind of ties me back to those core beliefs and those values, and mine is definitely love. And I grew up in that. It was everywhere I looked. So my grandmother lived on one street. Her sister lived in the alley across from her. My aunt lived across the street from her. The church was around the corner. My grandfather was in walking distance. Like, all of these things, and aunts and uncles down the street. So I was just surrounded by this community that taught me to be proud of who I was, who I am, and just knowing that I always had a place to go. So whatever happened in the world, all the things that you face, I'll always had a safe place. And so that's what I think of when I think of heroes. It's just my community and the people who raised me.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. So you got a community of heroes. You might as well say you got the Avengers. Like she got her own little X-Men group, whatever. We're at the Xavier Institute for Gifted Children, and I'm the only student. All of them are here for me. Yeah,
It's the Johnny
nice.
Institute.
Yeah, it must be nice.
I like the sound of that.
I bet you do.
Of course I
do. Looking at the question myself, I've had a few heroes in my life that I can acknowledge. One of them I did call out on the podcast before was my Uncle Wayne. Wayne Benson, just stellar man, stand-up guy, ideal behaviors, taught a lot of things, always reached out and was selfless. So, big shout out to my Uncle Wayne, but I want to go a little deeper on this one. So this is an uncle of mine who's passed. He's been gone for some time. But my Uncle Tony Stanford, who lived in North Carolina, he was not only the hero for just me, he was the hero for everybody in our family for quite some time. He worked in IT before IT was an IT, right? Like he was developing computers. He showed us how to do software. We had floppy disk. He was the one writing code and stuff on floppy disk, teaching us about these things. He programmed. He created a game while I was over his house one time. He created a version of number munchers and stuff like that because he could.
Yeah.
He was the pioneer. They had the biggest house in our family that we would go to family reunions and they would host. Whenever we went down south, it was always about how they would set us up. And when you think about a linchpin or a keystone in a process, right? My uncle was not only the hero for all of the women in our family, because like he would just help with anything, but all of the men too and all of the kids. Like anybody who needed something, my Uncle Tony was that guy.
Okay.
And he was 6'8", 6'9". So that just shows you how much of a towering hero that somebody can be in your life. Now, as a kid, I'm looking up to this dude because I'm like, why is your leg so long? But at the same time, he was so smart.
Yeah.
And he cared so much that you had no choice. There's those people in life that you just have to look up to. Yeah. He was one of those people, literally you had to look up to, but he was worth looking up to, and that's the key thing. Okay. He was somebody who embodied what a hero was because he was selfless, he was thoughtful, he was consistent, he was considerate, and he did it out of the love of his family, never expecting anything else. Yeah. Never. Like, the man sent us back to Ohio with stuff that we should not supposed to have. We'd have computers. We ain't supposed to have no computer. Right. Uncle Tony made sure we had a computer. Like, all right, I'll call Uncle Tony. He teach you how to do it. That's what heroes were for us, right? The people who were willing to step in and stand up to make the change, right? Okay. Yeah. Because they wanted what's best for everybody. So I feel like all of us were lucky enough to be born with examples of heroes that we can emulate as well as identify. Yeah. Because the next part that I really want to talk to you guys about is all of the unknown, unsung heroes. Because that's a part of being a hero. No. Sometimes you're a hero, but nobody knows.
Right.
You have stepped up, stepped in, done X, Y, and Z for all of these people, but nobody knows you're a hero. Do you think in the times that we live in today that we have less heroes or more heroes because of the necessity for the dopamine that everybody gets acknowledgement for what they do?
Yeah.
I'm going to come to you, Johnny.
Oh, my goodness. That's a great question.
I don't think people are signing up or lining up to be heroes because it doesn't come with the recognition.
But, Johnny, I know you got to go, but I think that maybe the way that we have established context for what a hero has been needs different context. Because I do think the way you show up as a hero is different. Because you didn't know a hero until the moment they put on the uniform or they stopped being their normal person, whether it was Superman or whatever, however it has been defined. You didn't show up as the hero until it was time. I actually think that there are more heroes showing up today than we've ever seen. But they are, to the extent that one would say that they're not defined the way we used to define them. They're not even hiding in plain sight. They are in plain sight. So the hero today, to me, has to be redefined because they're showing up instantaneously. And whether or not my context is when I'm sitting in rooms and talking about culture or leadership or all that kind of thing, the types of feedback and commentary that shows up in those rooms are hero moments to me because of what you're now allowed or you have access to provide in a way that we didn't. So you needed that singular hero to show up in the environment to save the room or to help the room. I think there's more people empowered to be hero-like today than there's ever been. So I didn't want to jump in, but I was feeling the tension of the question. I was like, but there's a reframe here for me.
Okay, so, I'm good with that.
Yeah, and I paused because I just wanted to be thoughtful about that piece of it. I really got hung up on the whole idea of like the dopamine one. So I don't think that there's less heroes, right, because of that. But I do think it's interesting for you to pose the question that way because it has shifted our culture completely, right? Like if it's not on socials, it didn't happen, right? Like that's the kind of mentality we have. It doesn't count if it's not on socials.
Receipts.
Which is exactly, right. Which is so not true. So I think it's people every day that are doing just like what you said, is moments of it everywhere. You know, you see it at work, you see it with your family, friends, at the grocery store, whatever. I think it's still very, very present. And the people who are actively doing those things probably don't even realize that they're being a hero is what I think, right? You're just being kind. You're just moving with love. And you're acting based upon those core values and your belief system. And you're just doing what you think is right. On an everyday basis, as opposed to like, oh, let me catch it on the gram or whatever it is, you know? But I do think it's interesting, though, that you brought up that point.
Well, just to tie in why I brought up that point, I agree with you that we have to reframe it. And the reason why I think we have to reframe it is because of something that has happened over the last 10, 15 years. Hero culture is way more mainstream than it was. Heroes, when we think of in the sense of it, was always like this childish thing. It's always like a kid thing, right? It was related to comic books or we made legendary figures and stuff into heroes, right? Whereas now we've gotten way more intimate with the word hero because of how social media, how entertainment frames up heroes. It is way more inundated in our culture for us to see heroes in these fantastical ways. So therefore, it removes the tangible heroes in every day. So I can take for granted all of the people who show up for me because guess what? You're not Thor. You see what I'm saying? So in a sense, it's almost like we are, and in my understanding, this hero culture kind of makes us take heroes for granted because we expect them now.
That's interesting. I will say this, in preparing for this episode, I was waiting to say, like, this whole idea of heroes is everywhere. It's in everything we watch.
It is.
I was rewatching Scandal, and it's all through that. I'm watching some show with my daughter on Netflix. It's all through that. I mean, like, it's everywhere that we look, especially, like, in the entertainment world. But you don't think that people are able to separate this idea, like, you're not Thor, okay, but you still, I don't know, bring home the groceries every day, or you don't think we're able to separate that?
I think that, and this is just my interpretation of it, I think we as a society have created enormous, I would say there's such a normality in everyday actions that would make you a hero that people can just get past. Because they take for granted a lot of the things that are just out of convenience. heroes are now convenient because of the culture that we live in. People just assume that some heroes is going to come along and save and do and
or somebody
protect
caught
them.
a moment on
Exactly.
recorded.
That's
it
what
and
I'm
put it on
saying.
it and go viral or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. We kind of have this inherent thing where heroes are supposed to just show up at all times now.
So I've got a thing running in my head, and I'm getting stuck in our framing. The framing of how I feel like I'm hearing us talk about it is aligned with a superpower. So Thor has a superpower that he brings to the conversation rather than you or I showing up for each other. And then when you were talking about TV shows, like the good guy versus the bad guy. Like, so I'm thinking in my head, are we saying that the hero is the good guy? Or is the hero the one with the superpower? So how are we framing what hero is? Because if we don't create this distinction between who is bringing their superpower, maybe the good guy, their superpower is kindness, right?
Yeah.
I don't like. I want to make sure that I'm in the right room and I understand the context for what we're talking about here.
I love what you're saying because I'll go ahead and press you both to go. Well, isn't it going to be subjective anyway? What somebody is going to consider you a hero? I mean, even though we've created this archetype that we would say is a hero, it's still going to be subjective to the person who's viewing you, right?
Absolutely.
Fair. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I wasn't necessarily even thinking about a superpower.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, Batman doesn't have a superpower. He's just rich. Yeah, he's just rich.
And he's smart.
Likes to make.
He's
for
a
sure.
genius.
Yeah.
So Batman doesn't have superpowers?
But he doesn't have an extraordinary human power.
No.
He's extremely smart. That's a superpower.
Is that what it is?
Really smart, and
so
he has a lot of money.
So his money gave him the ability to get the kinds of things that allowed him
to go out here and kick some butt. Yeah, for sure.
So I can be a hero as long as I got some money.
Hey.
Depends on who you talking to, right?
Hey, if one of us wins the Powerball, does that make us?
What you gonna do with that money?
That makes me a hero.
It depends on what you do with the money.
I'm gonna be a hero to all these people who need to pay their college tuitions and dance. What?
Really?
What? There's dance schools. It's called Juilliard.
And why would you? We could completely derail the whole conversation because he's going to be a hero for a bunch of dancers. Where did that come from? I did not. There's no episode in the last 4 seasons has Juilliard and dancing come up, and now he's going to be the hero for him.
What are we talking about?
What is happening? I'm so sorry. It's just
I don't get it. No.
I'm sorry.
And then a hero comes along.
Then a hero comes with the strength to carry on. What did Cam say?
Well, we're going to skip past.
No, Batman disrespect. Who disrespected Batman?
We're just going to make sure. Well, Batman is a hero, and that's the end.
He is.
So we're going to move on.
Because
there is a scene several years ago in our maybe it was last season where somebody on our pod was wearing a Batman mask. I have video of that, by the way. I haven't shown that.
Who was that? Was that you?
No, it was Cam. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? It was Cam. So he
is Batman.
Batman is always my favorite. But anyway, let's move on.
Anyway. What is happening? Season 5.
Season 5.
And we're together.
Anything
can happen.
So who knows?
Anything can happen when we're together.
And I want to continue on the hero thread just for a little bit, and then we'll switch over to the opposite. I want to talk about anti-heroes. Because if you can be a hero, but then you can be an anti-hero, why do we think that anti-heroes even exist? Why would there even be a need to create something called an anti-hero? And if I'm looking at the definition of an anti-hero, this is someone who does heroic things, but they're not a hero. By all makes and measures, they show up and do things that may be considered heroic by some people, interpreted, but they are in no ways people that are ideal. They show you ideal behaviors and that they do things that are typically selfless. They may do it from a selfish perspective, but it may benefit all of these other people. Those are called anti-heroes. Do we consider, I'm just asking you guys, would you consider someone who does that type of behavior a hero? Why do you think anti-heroes even exist?
Give me an example of an anti-hero.
Venom.
Hancock.
Hancock is a pretty good anti-hero. He was not a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of them.
Somebody who has the ability to do a good thing,
but doesn't always make the best choices. Deadpool's an anti-hero.
Deadpool's beautiful.
He's an anti-hero.
Okay.
The Punisher, Daredevil, technically.
And these are all characters. How do we? Who is an example of an anti-hero that is a non-character?
Somebody that you can't repeat.
No, you can repeat it. There's somebody that is not in the movies or television that was made up, right? A leader who you're on their team, and they are more interested in promoting themselves.
Oh, okay.
Than you. They will tell you that they are interested in your growth, but all of their actions are aligned and connected to them growing.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Is it personal to you? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm an anti-hero.
I definitely know people like that.
I'm an anti-hero. Thank you, Cam.
Why are you an anti-hero?
Because I am. I mean, that's a true statement. I may be selfless, and I may do a lot of great things for people, but I do 100%. I will tear something. I'm a villain in certain moments and a hero in others. So I know it. I know that.
Agent of Chaos, AOC.
I've been the villain in a lot of people's arcs.
Yeah.
And I've been the hero in some other people's arcs. So I get it. Thank you.
So you introduced anti-heroes so that we could have a new segment? Is that what you're going to be for season 5?
No, I mean, it just helps us transition to villains. Because
I was going to say, what's the difference between an anti-hero and a villain? But I wouldn't say that you're a villain. You're an anti-hero.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
But
I got a special guest that's going to come through in a moment. That's a different story.
That's going to tell the story of E being the villain.
Yeah, Ooh. Slightly different perspective.
Oh, that must be interesting.
I love where
let's
we're
go ahead
going.
and skip the rest of this conversation.
Let's do that.
We're going to go ahead and end the podcast now because it seems like we're done.
I think we're getting right to the
end of
it.
Game over. Checkmate. We're done.
Special guest.
I don't think we have enough time. Whatever your special guest has to say, I just want you to know they're outside.
Or enough space because there are no special guests coming.
Because when I move, they move.
Just like that. Just like that.
Okay, no. So I'm glad that because I wanted to make sure we have a distinction, right?
Yeah.
Because there is the transition.
Yeah.
Heroes, anti-heroes, and then now we'll move on to their polar opposites, villains. And when we think about a villain, what does it mean to be a villain? To be a villain means to be wicked, evil, or unprincipled person, or a wicked character in a story who opposes the protagonist being the good guy. The term can also refer to someone or something causing a problem or difficulty. While often antagonist, a villain specifically performs evil actions that cause harm. The word's origins lie in the Middle English word of villain and meaning of rustic. Look, I don't even know what the hell this was because I had to pull this up and I was like, so they were telling me that this comes from Viking lore. And I was like, oh, I like that. I just wanted it in there because it was but guys, I ain't got my glasses on either. And I'm like reading this and it was like villain.
Oh, yeah.
I read everything else okay, but this right here is not a regular word. You don't even vilein. Y'all ever?
Oh, yeah, I say it all the time.
Didn't say it.
Oh, yeah, I use it all the time.
She said I say it all the time.
Y'all see what I did with you? A villain right now.
She is straight villain. That's an anti-hero move right there. Anti-hero.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I ain't got no problem with words.
Johnny has done it again.
She's the best.
I can't pronounce nothing.
Listen, trust me.
Terrible.
All right, so now that we understand what a villain is,
I don't know. Read that word again.
No, I ain't doing it. I skipped the last line, but just know that it means you do villainy. Okay, I don't know why you acting like that.
Villainy.
You're never mind. We're gonna stop. I in my life have had the opportunity to witness some villains.
Okay.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up in a rough neighborhood. I can tell that there are times that people don't recognize that they're the villain.
Yeah.
And it's not always easy to see yourself as the villain because even as a parent sometimes, I can come home and the way I would deal with things would make me the villain. And I could go to work or I could give somebody some feedback and the way that I delivered it made me the villain. So I do think that the title of villain is easily obtained.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to get your guys' thoughts on villainy.
Yeah, I just want to say, because it's all about the perspective,
It is.
right? Who we probably could sit here and create a list of all the villains that are in popular culture right now that we view as villains, but it's a whole following of folks that say just the opposite, that they are the hero. So it's all about perspective.
Yes, because Thanos was right.
Yeah. One person's hero is another person's villain.
There you go.
Right.
What's the quote from Batman?
Become the hero, live long enough to see yourself become the villain, something like that. Yeah,
and I think that's just so true. It's so true.
Right.
It happens all the time. So I don't know. It's just all about perspective, I think, and what side of the story are you on?
Yeah.
Right.
So, but that leads to the thing that I think is the most determining factor between both. Isn't it about the story?
It is about the story. Because some of the folks that I just talked about in my community as being the hero, there's definitely some people within this same community that would say that other folks were the villain because of their behavior. There's no doubt about it, right? So, it's all about the story. I don't know.
CT.
Yeah.
You've been the villain in somebody's story, haven't you?
Yeah.
Not CT.
I've been an anti-hero.
Okay.
But no, of course I've been a villain. Of course I've been a villain.
So what do you think, in your opinion, is one of the determining factors that somebody can utilize to identify a villain?
And why would someone say that you were a villain? What did you do? I want
Did
to
you
get to
hurt
the
them?
details.
Hold on. Did you hurt them to the core?
Good one, friend.
Listen, this one's a challenge because perspective is everything. And I'm stuck on the idea that maybe there are no villains. There are only heroes and anti-heroes. Because no, I know you not know, but I'm playing with something in my brain.
No, I want to hear it though. No, yeah.
Because
you cooking? Keep cooking.
Yeah, let me. I'm
Let me cook.
No, I really do want to hear it.
Let me put some season on this one. This one just we put it in the pan, some butter's down. Now we got to put a little season.
Because you was boiling before we get worried about that.
I don't know. It's all good. It's all good.
Where we going?
No, I'm gonna add some capers in a minute. Give me a second. When we think about what has happened in our society, it is this idea that you are either one thing or the other, and it has created this polarized way of considering that you are either good or you are bad. You are either a hero or a villain. And to the extent that the perspective you bring to it isn't about an external perspective, it is about what is going on inside of you. And depending on where you are in your life can determine whether or not the actions I take against you or towards you can be determined hero actions or villain actions. But how I'm receiving it is up to me. So the action could be the exact same, but depending on where I am, I might receive it as hero or villain. So maybe there's not hero, there's not villain, there's just anti. So to the extent that if I have to call you the villain, it means that there's something that you have done that I'm receiving in a way that says is bad. And yet, every bad thing that's ever happened in my life, I've grown from it. And if I don't add the season of that to my life, knowing that somebody had to be a villain for me, if I had to go biblical with it, Judas was a villain. But Judas was necessary for Jesus to accomplish what he was put on this earth to do. So to the extent that every single villain has purpose in you getting to where you need to go, I would say the villain is probably the best thing in your life to get you into purpose than the hero who shows up to save you. Because if somebody is showing up to save you, you're never in a position that you are now responsible for saving yourself. So the villain has to come so that you know what your superpower is, that you know you don't need somebody to save you, except for Jesus. You don't need somebody to come along and save you. And so to position myself in my head to say an anti-hero is good, but maybe a villain is better because they now make me better at being me. So that's why I'm like, I'm stirring this one up and I'm saying, I don't know, but maybe, Johnny, the villain has to exist as long as I frame the villain properly. The villain isn't bad. The villain is necessary. And especially if the story that I'm creating, look at that. The story I'm creating, that could have been really fascinating. I would have been the villain in that moment right there.
And that would have
been my hero.
Right? I know for you. See, there it is.
Yeah.
See?
But the story I'm creating for myself can't just be that a hero comes along. The story that I'm creating for myself is that I'm my own hero.
Keep saying it.
And I don't need somebody else to save me. Like, this was.
Hey man, somebody gonna shut us down for copyright.
That was
Like,
just-
this
I don't
hero
know.
come along. Hero come along.
There ain't no copyright in that. That is not
I'm
copyrighted.
just playing.
And besides, it's a short verse. As I'm
Yeah,
writing the
yeah,
book,
you
I'm
good.
learning about what you can and
Yeah,
cannot
I
do.
know.
So anyway,
As long as you don't use the
I
hard
mean, but that
content.
sounds great,
yeah.
right? And I think that's an interesting perspective to take, especially as, especially the way that you look at things, CT, because inside of you, innately, you are this person like, I'm going to look on the brighter side of things. I'm going to be motivational. I'm going to help people get through the thing. And maybe that's the mentality we have to take, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the villains aren't necessary because, yeah, sure, we grow. But there is evil. And there are straight up villains.
Facts.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
There's no
good.
way around it.
That's good.
I think.
That's
There is evil, and maybe when I encounter that evil, it does make me a bigger, better, brighter version of myself, but I would have been okay not to encounter that evil.
Have you been the villain?
Have I been? I'm sure I have in somebody's story. In someone's
See,
story.
she couldn't definitively say yes. I said yes.
The only reason why is because no one has told me that. No one has said that. No one has expressed that to me, but I really don't care enough for them to probably tell me
So
that.
this is an
So
official
thank you.
call out for all of the people who are listening that if Johnny has ever been the villain in your story, we need you to come forward and be able to share that you're Johnny, that there is something in her that is villainous.
And I'm sure there is. I don't. That's fine. I don't care.
And then a villain comes along named Johnny. Hold on, no,
I don't care.
she's this one, right? This on the show. She's this- yeah.
No, I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
You call her a villain, I'm gonna walk
I-
away. I know better.
But it's all about perspective.
It is.
It is.
I
It's
know
about
you've never
perspective.
been a villain to me.
I'm gonna start the way you act.
Hey, let's go. You're making me better.
Hey,
if my
There we
perspective,
go.
if my
There we
perspective
go.
is such, please
No,
villainize me.
I do love that
Please.
perspective. The only thing I would say is that there is evil.
And because evil exists, yes. And how I respond to it is the point, right? If I'm not positioned to recognize there's good and there's bad everywhere,
Yes.
how I respond to it is the whole point of my existence. There is what did it say? What people, it's not what you say.
So
It's how you say it.
So
That's
someone
bullcrap.
comes to
It's
hurt
how you
your
receive
family.
it.
You're not thinking about I'm a bigger and better person because of this. You're ready to do what needs to be done to protect your family, and you would still be a great person without having ever encountered this criminal.
100%. And I have a decision that I have to make. That if I hero in that moment, what happens after that moment? So if I hero in that moment,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I stopped in the tension of being a black man, and I was like, if I'm in a
You better say
situation, and I'm now the hero in that moment, and I'm confronted in a situation where now I
Yeah.
I'm now going to be seen as the villain,
Yeah.
but I did hero things
Yeah.
in the culture I'm in today.
Yeah.
No.
No, but there are situations, CT, that you don't care about how you're going to be seen in the culture or whatever. Something could happen. You're like, freak all of that. Right now, my job is to protect my family. And you're not thinking about how you will be seen and the ramifications because you're like, hey, let it all happen because I'm doing what I need to do as a man, as a father, as a husband, period.
I'm always thinking about how. I'm always thinking about how. So my response is always in context to my ability to still be there. That was always one of the challenges we ran into is that my context was always I need to be available. So the response in the moment can't be reactionary because if it's reactionary, I could end up in jail. I could end up dead. And now I'm no good. Now I'm no good I can't then be the hero available.
I know what you're saying. And it's not fair for me because I'm not in your house to say like, I don't know. But I still feel like, I don't know about that.
I don't know. You guys
I think there might be situations in your home that could happen.
There have been some situations.
That you're just like.
There have been some situations that I decided to be the anti-hero. Okay. But it created tension. Yeah. Like it created tension relationally because there is this paradigm that says hero does this. Yeah. And I have said, okay, if I do this, it was always what I did with my kids. It's not the thing you do. It is do you have a consciousness for the cost of what happens after? And if you haven't considered the after, then you haven't done your work. Because a lot of people end up in places they're not supposed to be because they didn't consider if I do this thing here, this outcome is something I'm willing to pay the price for. Yeah. And I was always fashioned in saying that my hero behavior was always going to be, I'm going to be available as a hero. So the decision I make right now is never going to put me in a place where I have to be the villain. Got it. That was just not good, not bad, not right, not wrong. It was just it's how I've lived in the context of my existence. Okay. So this is a good conversation. This is good. This is good. We together too.
You're a villain.
I am.
And you already know
that's why. Right there, I want you to look down at what our off-screen producer has to say for you. You're ignoring it? That's cool. So, you already know what I'm going to say.
I can't see anything else. I can only see y'all.
What you got to do.
He is going to do.
Wait, hold on. Wait. No. Do you know what? I'm going to go ahead and help you here.
Help me.
You don't always have the luxury of trying to be political in the moments you have to be a hero. That's just what it is.
You said it way better than what I did. That's good. Look at you. You doing
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Come on.
We don't always have the luxury of trying to save face when we have to make decisions in the moments where we have to be heroes. Yeah. I openly welcome anyone to call me a villain and hold me to it by my actions and intention versus the outcome. Yeah. Because you may not like the outcome, but you don't understand why I took the action or why I did what I did or my intentions behind it. But then at the end of the day, you call me a villain. Well, I feel like a hero. Yeah. Because using the example you gave, X person broke into my house to mess with my family, and I block them.
Right, right.
Do I feel like a bad person for taking this person out of their person? No. Because the decision that I had to make was I have to protect them.
It's them or me. Yeah.
Me in the situation. And while I can consider, you should have considered what you were stepping into because you didn't know that there was a villain in here who had no problem taking off his hero hat and getting in. Yeah. But I think that there's a duality.
Who are you saving?
Who am I saving?
Who are you saving?
The people I care about. Yeah. That's it. That's it. If I don't care about it, I'm the type of person that's not going to feed anything I don't want to live. And that's just what I am, you know. If you break into my spot, you must have wanted
he was asking for it.
The thing that's coming with this.
You wanted to smoke.
Yeah, well, that's the only way I see it. Because that's the way I am. Yeah. My whole life is really around these lines.
So are you hero or villain then?
I'm an anti-hero.
In that moment.
I'm always going to be anti-hero.
So you're not saying anything different than what I said.
I know, I'm not.
Right?
But at the same time, but the difference is I have no problem saying I will commit villainy.
No, you will commit anti-heroism. Because if they showed up in your space, you're now in hero mode.
No.
You're not in villain mode.
I am telling you something that you're not listening to. I am going to instantly become the villain. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because what I want you to know is,
Yeah.
you had a nice guy over here who would have treated you good. He would have been a hero.
Yep.
But then you stepped over his precipice, and now he has to show you the other side. So you get the villain.
That's what I'm struggling with, though.
I have to perform villainy, which means I have to be wicked to people. I have to treat you in a way that somebody can interpret as evil.
But that's not wicked and evil because they're in your space.
Wait.
You're a hero now.
They are interpreting it this because it's evil when it's evil when I'm punching you in the face and beating on you.
But in your place. So this is why context is so important. That's why I'm trying to say.
Have you ever seen somebody? Have you ever seen the story? Because there's stories like this where people have broken other people's houses and they call the police on somebody to beat them up.
But hear what I'm saying. That's not villainy to me.
To you.
That's not villainy to me.
But we already established that villainy and hero is all based in the story and perspective.
That's right.
I completely agree.
So I'm accepting that I want it to be villain.
You want to be a villain, though.
Because that's why I'm anti-villain. That's why I'm anti-hero. Because I can accept the villainy that comes with me defending things.
You want to be a villain? I don't want to be a villain. Maybe that's what my problem is. Maybe that's not a problem. Maybe that's the context for me. It's like I don't desire.
Listen,
to be.
I'll clarify this for everybody. I don't mind to be the villain in somebody else's story.
You never do. Like this
and
is
it.
This is the texture you bring to our conversation. Right. The AOC, like the way that you present,
but I get
does
that
have
too.
that, right?
Yeah.
And there's a piece of me that recognizes that piece of you, like that's in you.
Yeah.
And as I'm listening to you talk, like it can be semantics, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's like. If somebody comes into my house and my job is to protect my family, I don't see that as villain behavior.
What I'm gonna do to you is villainous. I'm gonna be honest. I already know I'm about to be wicked and evil.
Gonna see you as the villain.
Right, so you might be seen as a villain by somebody else. I can honor that. Like I can get behind that.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I'm saying.
And a part of the context though for me really is about you. Like I am less interested in what somebody else has to think about me or what somebody calls me. It is how I see and understand and perceive myself.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's the only person I can control. Yeah. It's the only person I have real context for. And anything that I do that I believe could help you. Like, so you asked when was I seen as a villain at one point in time? I know that there is someone who believes me to be a villain because I did not help them get a particular type of role from the seat that I sat in. I'm not.
Bring them to the table.
Jam.
So we can let them know.
She said, "Say it with your whole chest. I'm gonna go ahead and be a straight up villain. You, Mister, you know who? You didn't get the job because I didn't help you. Boo hoo. I don't care.
They didn't want you. That's why you didn't get the job.
But my anti-hero in that moment was necessary because they weren't ready.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? So I'm not setting you up to fail, and I'm not setting myself up to put you in a position where I know you're going to not do well.
Yeah.
So I can be seen as a villain in that context, and yet I'm like, no, I was your hero. You just don't.
You like trust.
Yeah, hear me when I tell you I was your hero.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the ego part of me. Maybe that's the pride part of me. Maybe that's the overextending the idea that I want to emphasize the positive thing, the right thing, the good thing as much as I possibly can.
You know what?
So I over-index on that.
You know what? I agree with that. Because at your core, you're a good person.
That's some stuff. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's it wrong?
No, that's
great.
So
I think that's 9.
Should he say no?
At 9?
He should say no.
Is
I'm
that
not
9?
a good person.
Not a good person.
Yeah, I'm just saying at your core, you're a good person. So,
thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
So I wanted to open us up with the conversation on heroes and villains, but then I want to move into a very specific subject around heroes, and I want to talk about someone who, in all measures of the word, legacy, would be considered a hero.
Okay.
There was a gentleman by the name of John Henry. Do y'all know who John Henry is?
I do.
Still driving man.
The still driving man.
Can we sing the song? No.
John Henry.
You was gonna sing a John Henry song?
I was.
Well, you were.
I thought about it.
Don't.
Okay.
I just wanted
Is he allowed? I
I felt,
wanted to. Okay.
I felt it.
This
Did you
feels
feel
like
it?
this feels like we're gonna be talking about the Chain Gang if we sing this song. I just want to
This
stop.
podcast is now a musical.
It is. We didn't say we're gonna have a musical whole episode that we're gonna sing every line. Just guys, if you get us up to 100 likes, we will do a one episode with all sing songs. Okay.
You might want to get that up a little bit more.
No, 100 is decent for us to start. Okay, I'm real goals, real metrics. Okay, I'm not gonna say 1,000 because only the algorithm helped us.
Did you say a whole episode?
Yeah, because I know you can do it.
I can do it.
I'm telling you, just
all I need is space and opportunity. Okay. That's it.
Oh my God.
Well, we don't have a lot of space, but we have opportunity.
John Henry.
Yes. So I want to talk to you guys about John Henry. John Henry is an African American folk hero known as the Steel Driving Man who worked on railroads after the Civil War. The legend tells of his epic contest against the steam-powered drill, which I watched the cartoon when I was a kid. Y'all did too. Yeah, it was. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. At the end of my little thing, like, we're gonna have a real conversation about who John Henry really was. Okay. The legend tells us the epic contest that he won against the steam-powered drill, which he won, but died from exhaustion immediately after. While the story is immortalized in a famous folk song, historical evidence suggests that a real John Henry existed, a former slave who worked on the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad Big Bend Tunnel project in the 1800s. His story symbolizes human strength and spirit against machines and reflect the African American experience of the era. So, John Henry is a hero because of the fight that he chose.
We both side on that one.
In the time when, and this is relevant to today because and the reason why I chose John Henry because I want everybody to really focus in on that we're going through the same thing right now. Okay, in the time where this man was being told that he is irrelevant because we created this steam-powered engine, he had to prove that the human behind the effort could still keep up.
Right.
When we think about where we're at today.
No, it's real. This is real time.
Yeah.
We are in a space where people are our technology and everything is pushing us to go, we don't really need the human behind the effort for the outcome as much. I do think that we are going to have another scenario where we are going to have some more John Henrys show up to show that while your AI and all this stuff can do all of these things, you still need the human to make sure that it happens the way, and we can still do it more effectively and efficiently than AI. So the question that I'm going to ask you guys just flat out is John Henry, by the definition in the conversations that we've had, do you guys really think John Henry is a hero? Or do you think he's a villain?
When just my initial thoughts, I'll probably have more later right now. I'm thinking he worked himself to death.
Right.
That's not a hero. It's not a villain either. Yeah. It is not a hero. I don't want that to be my story. Yeah. Where I just worked my fingers to the bones until I passed out and my heart just stopped. That can't be my story.
That's villain behavior though. Like that to me, like he started as a hero, but because he worked himself to death, that's villainy. Like and because my initial response, because I know about John Henry, we've heard the story of John Henry, right? But as I thought about like the end of the conversation, my guy, you dead now, right? No, like the goal can't be that you are trying so hard to prove yourself. You're trying so hard to say that the innovation of the time, like the spirit of why he did it, love it, hero, right? Hero. And yet, You died, my guy.
Yeah.
Right? You died trying to prove something that was never going to get you the response, the action, the difference maker that a hero is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So what you ended up doing was proving the point of
see, that's why we need machines.
The machine.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you actually, in your good intention, messed up for everybody else. So now you're the villain because the machine is now still going to be the thing that they
still
use.
going. That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to ask the validating question right at the end. You know, that's the thing now. Like when you say something, everybody says right.
End,
In fact, I didn't mean to ask that because
right.
I wasn't looking for validation there. I was just simply.
I didn't
I
say
just say right all the time.
Just saying right, yeah. Anyway.
As a filler more than anything.
I digress. Anyway. So hero started as hero, ended up as villain.
Yeah, I could see that.
In my mind.
I just ain't feeling it. It sure is a different context when you're older, when you're past 40
Jesus.
and you're looking at the story and you're like,
yeah.
Why were they showing this to kids? Like this is not a good story.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's the word. There's the word again. I want to keep pulling that word out, right?
You should.
We notice that it's all in the story.
That's right.
John Henry is a hero because of his intent. Mm-hmm. But the outcome made him a villain because of what we seen happened due to the nature of what he did. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm glad that we're all on the same page because now I'm going to move on to something that came out of that behavior. It's called John Henryism.
I didn't know about this too. So
And I had been researching John Henryism for a while because I always want to understand, while there are some people who feel like they got to do 2, 3, 4 times more than anybody else to be on the same level. And there's this inherent thing to make you think you need to do it. Yeah. And I wanted to understand, why do I feel like I got to work? Why do I feel inherently like I have to outperform everybody just to be on the same level as them? And that led me to research on John Henryism. So I'm going to tell you guys what John Henryism is. Okay. John Henryism is a term used in psychology, in sociology, to describe a coping style characterized by high effort, perseverance, determination in the face of adversity. It is named after the legendary African folk hero, John Henry, who was known for his strength and endurance. So John Henry was a hero to the point that they named it's a diagnosis. It's a sociological disease called John Henryism.
Yeah.
If I was a hero, if I was John Henry and I died, and then I found out later that my legacy was that my people, and I will be honest, my people took on this mindset and worked themselves to death for the next 2, 3, 4, 500 years.
Yeah.
Would I ever think that I was a hero? But I think I would have lost to that steam drill like a few miles ago and be like, you know what? The steam drill can have it.
You got it.
It can have it.
Yeah.
But also, too, we have to remember that for a very long time, our value was tied to our physical ability.
Good, Johnny. Agreed. That's good.
To do the work, to do the thing, right? Was tied to our physical abilities. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just ingrained in us. And also, I think society, even when you try to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like fight against it, I think society has a way of reminding you that you do have to be.
Is it society or is it us?
I'm going to say society. Okay. And I would say a little bit of us. But, I mean, every time I say, well, maybe it's just us. And maybe we need to change our way of thinking, this and that. And then the world has a way of presenting itself to us again. You're like, daggone it, here we go again. Yeah. Here we go again. Yeah. So, again, I'll just say our value was in our ability, our physical abilities to do the thing.
I don't disagree with you. Yeah. But do you not think that it would be people like John Henry that also made that archetype for us to be like, you know what? You look a little John Henry-esque. I think you can do it. Go ahead and work yourself to the bone to die.
Or it could have been the ones who were killed because they couldn't perform physically.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because John Henry was a hero.
Yeah.
Like, he had superpower. So there was what he could do, others could not. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you set the paradigm at John Henry, it is almost impossible for people to meet the John Henry when you show up every day. Everybody else wasn't hammering. One of the stories said that one of the folklores was when he was born, he was already 200 pounds and he had a hammer in his hand when he was a baby, right? Yeah. So the story of who he was and how he came to be, other people that wasn't them. Yeah. So some of what I think we run into in this John Henryism context is that someone says, and this happens this frustrates me so much. Like the leader, you put him up front and you be like them. Yeah. And it's just like, why? What's this up? What the hell? What the hell?
What the hell?
Like, no. Why are you saying they are the paradigm? You have to. No, you're the paradigm. Yeah. And if you don't recognize the hero in you, and you're trying to be this other person, and we put people on panels and we do mentor sessions and say, be like X. No, you're not. You were never designed to be like X. You were designed to be like you. So I do think we run into this sociological dysfunctional space that people are trying to be something other than themselves. Yeah. And so they fail miserably. And if it was someone other than John Henry who was put in that competition, the story would be different. Yeah. But because he was who he was, we lifted him up almost in a way to say, this is how you should think. This is how you should be. And I reject that on its face, especially now, because in the black community, anybody who was ever lifted, especially during the civil rights era, they got killed. Mm-hmm. And so you find this generational conversation that is, I'm not trying to be lifted up in that same context, because every time that happened, somebody died. Come on. And so I'm not trying to die. So you had to change the paradigm of where it is and how it is you thought of what the hero was, or who the John Henry would be. You're the John Henry, but it's in your own strength. It is in your ability to say, here's what I am, here's what I'm going to do, and I'm not trying to compare myself to anybody else, because I think it was Jonathan McReynolds who said comparison kills. I'm just saying. We got to get away from this idea that I see a thing that I aspire to be, and then I run for that. No, see who you are and aspire to recognize who you are, and then go apply yourself in the do, not the try, mm-hmm. in the space that then allows you to say, wait a minute, I now am coming alive to my own self, so I can now be the hero in whatever space that I happen to be in. It doesn't matter. But you can't define yourself by what somebody else is or is not. In the John Henry piece, I appreciate what you did, bro, but you kind of messed us up, because the bunch of us were trying to be a thing we were never supposed to be. I honor the idea when Obama became president, and everybody was like, you can be president. Yeah. No, everybody can be president.
No, you can be president.
Like the American Idol. Like, no, not everybody can be. No, you can't. Like, no, and I believe hope is not a strategy. Hope is great in context. But if you're hoping to be something you were never designed to be, you now set yourself up to be competing against the electric drill, and you are hammering. Yeah. And you wonder why you're tired.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I agree with all of that.
I'm just saying. I
agree with all of that. And I still think about E's original question just about being twice as good, mm-hmm. twice as fast, being better just to be on an equal playing field. And even forget trying to, because I agree with all of that, but let's put all of that aside, not even trying to be like anyone else. Yeah. There's still very much in our culture that in order for us in this community to be seen, to be noticed, we are working twice as hard, twice. You know what I mean? Yeah. We are.
That's why you exist, Johnny.
Yeah. What'd you say?
So that's why you exist. So others don't have to.
I don't know how to take
I do believe that.
I know.
I do believe that.
I know you are.
Yeah, I literally do believe that. I actually said that earlier today in a different way. I do believe that.
I didn't hear her say that, but I know that's a part of her superhero.
That's my brother.
Because then a Johnny comes along with the strength
to carry on.
I just want to make sure I heard that.
And you ask your fears aside.
Johnny exists so other people don't have to. That's what I heard.
You know what we were talking about,
basically,
Joker.
Because all you need is.
I was trying to understand.
All you need is me.
There it is. There it is.
No, but seriously though, I just want to say, let's clarify.
Long as Johnny exists, none of the rest of y'all need to. That's what I heard. But
don't do my girl like that. Don't do my leaves like that. Don't do my leaves like that.
That's amazing.
Generations of us were taught that. That's right. And
That's
so
right.
I I am creating opportunities for people who look like me that don't feel like they have to work twice and be better in all the things than your counterparts just to get noticed. I want people to know I see you. I see you. I see your talents, your skills, your abilities, just like you saw mine. And you're good. You're like, yes, you have to hone those skills. You got to get better, but you're good just the way you are.
Yeah.
Right. And so let's create opportunities and open some doors for you so that you don't have to work your fingers to the bones. So you're literally, till your heart gives out.
The death. Like the songwriter say, I love you just the way you are.
You keep doing this.
It won't stop.
I noticed.
Can't stop.
Oh, we can't say those things.
Go ahead.
We can't say those things.
We can't?
No,
why
not that particular song.
Not that song.
Not what song?
Not trying to get no RICO cases.
What song? Season 5. We're here. We're in it. We are in it.
We have now.
We're in it.
We have now. Okay. I agree. I think that we have taken on or embodied characteristics of things that we have seen in the past that have served us in those moments, but they don't serve us now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely can understand why people wanted to aspire to be John Henry in those days.
Yeah.
But then now looking at where we are today, understanding the life balance and the quality of life that you would want to have. You don't want to be the dude who's working the OT in the coal mine just so that your family's good, but then you're dying of, the lung disease or whatever, right? It's like there's these things, ergo, that we're watching people make these decisions where they're heroes to their family because they're sacrificing themselves, but then that sacrifice that they made actually villainize everything that they did.
Yeah.
Everything that they did.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we're having this conversation about heroes and villains, and I'm glad that we were able to tie it into a real folk hero and then the output of that heroism, right? Like, you got to think, John Henry was a hero, but then now, years later, this is the output of that work. Yeah. So I think we have to be mindful of who we idolize as heroes, who we villainize for their decisions, and we need to be objective in how we approach heroes and villains. Yeah. Because it's all about the story, right? And I'm telling you, I'm the hero in some stories, and I'm the villain in most.
You're the hero in my story today. Today.
I worked really hard.
It's been a couple days, but today for sure.
But he's been.
We've known each other for years, but I've only got a couple days of heroism, which means I got a lot of days of villainism. It's okay. It's all right.
As long as I live.
That's right. Harpo told you that. It's like, not
all my life.
All right. So we have moved through our contextual conversation. This has been a great conversation. I know we needed this. It's been too long. I do want to open it up for you guys to pass on some final thoughts to our audience. And I also want to take this time to make sure that I remind you guys to like, follow, subscribe, because we need. Oh, don't want to block the other camera. We need you guys to help with the algorithm. Let's make sure we get to 5 stars. If you like the content, please comment. Please join us in these conversations. We may look for some additional guests going into next year. But right now, we just need the love. So please show the love. Johnny Malish, I'll let you give us your final thoughts on our conversation today.
My final thoughts are very simple. I think it's a thin line between. I thought CT was going to go there. A thin line between hero.
Hey, go ahead. I got you.
Okay.
I was with you.
Sing it.
He didn't sing it.
I was told not between,
to. When you listen,
if I say it versus sing it, I mean, I'm just saying. Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, you were thinking it though.
I was.
Yeah.
What was there?
No, but I think it's a thin line between hero and villain. Mm-hmm. And CT had a really great point when he said, you can't worry about what you are in other people's story, especially if your intention is good.
Yeah.
So I said at the beginning that one of my values and beliefs and what I try to operate on as much as possible is love.
Yeah.
So if I'm operating out of love and I happen to be the villain in your story, well, that's just because you weren't ready for the truth, and that's not my problem, right?
Amen.
So I think just make sure that you're operating out of a space of goodness with good intent, and don't worry about if you're the villain or the hero in someone else's story, because if you live long enough, you will be the villain. Mm-hmm. So just do you and be you and come from a good place with good intentions.
That's good.
That's it.
That's good.
CT, what you got? What you got?
So Coach Chris is going to step in for a moment and provide some perspective, leadership thoughts, and things to consider. There's 5 points I want to put into the space, but I want to start with the idea that you don't have to die like John did, providing your value or proving your value. Real leadership is created in spaces where people can thrive and not collapse. So here's the 5 I want to give you, and then we'll pass it to you, E. Mm-hmm. The first one is sustainability over sacrifice. Don't push so hard that you win the battle but lose yourself. Leadership requires stamina, not just speed. Number 2, redefine heroism. Mm-hmm. Heroism is not just about carrying the load. It's about knowing when to share it. Encourage your team, others you are with, to carry the weight too. Number 3, name the villain. Name the villain. Identify the system or the block or the thing that is blocking or burning you out, your culture, whatever it is that you might not yet identify with, which might be your biggest problem, is that you've lost your identity, but we won't go deep into that. Lack of recognition that may exist in your space. Leaders must recognize and confront what the villain and who the villain is behind the curtain, because oftentimes it's not in front of you. Number 4, build tools, not just muscles. Sometimes John showed up as the strongest, but the tool was the thing that lasted forever. And the thing that John had was strength, but not the tools. Leaders today need to make sure they have the emotional agility, not just the strategy. They need to recognize they have to collaborate and recognize that sometimes raw effort just isn't enough. You have to make sure you have a combination of the two. And number 5, you have to lead with humanity. Don't just drive for output. Notice what it's going to cost you. Check in with the folks that you're with and recognize that your well-being, their well-being, is the most important thing. And it's not a formality, but it is how you can define what success truly does look like. My final thoughts.
I like that.
I have so many thoughts about that. It's so good. It's so good.
I didn't know we had a poetry corner at the end of the
The end of it, yes. Yeah. So what's up?
We have singing. We have poetry.
What else?
Ooh, season 5. We gonna rap?
No.
Okay.
Are we? Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We gonna swear this season. I'm gonna swear this season. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna break the mold. What you mean no?
What kind of words?
I swear that I'm gonna try my best. Why y'all? Oh, you thought curse words? Oh.
Because CT has been waiting.
Yeah, I know. Curse. That's why I said it, just to see how he reacts.
Waiting on the world to change. I'm sorry.
You're the best and worst. Okay. You're my hero.
And a villain.
And a villain.
It's at the core of me that
I know that.
How many did we get to?
I think we're at 11.
No, don't worry. I got a whole core thing I'm gonna do at the end of this thing. Okay, I'm just letting you right now. But it's a whole core. By the EDM.
Double entendre.
So, thank you both for a wonderful conversation. I will say that my final thoughts for everyone today is, it's okay to identify as any of them, right? Because these are momentary titles.
Yeah.
They only happen in the instance of the action that you take. That's really how these words work. You can't call me a hero if I don't take heroic actions in those moments that a hero's need. And you won't call me a villain if I don't make villainous actions in those moments that would make me a villain. So you got to be cognitive of the fact that these stories are generated without action. So if you intentionally take action that can be interpreted as A or B, or hero or as villain, then you need to be okay with it. The one thing that I will always tell people is that I'm always going to be okay with the decisions that I make, because I have to make them from a place that I am willing to accept
There you go.
Yes.
the result.
That's right. That's right.
So in some stories, I am 100% the anti-hero. Some stories, I'm the hero. Some, I am the dubious villain. And I don't mind it, because I can stand on any decision that I make.
That's right.
And hold myself accountable to my intention of that
100%.
decision.
Yeah.
So while you interpret me as a villain, if you actually listen to what I had to go through and the decisions that I had to make, you would realize that I made the best decision that I could to get the outcome that was best for everybody, except you. Because I couldn't control that outcome, and I couldn't save you from the circumstances that you may have been in due to the fact that my action is going to expose you, because that happens.
And now you're the hero.
And now I'm the hero to some people,
Hey.
but I'm the villain to you.
Hey.
Because I exposed you through my actions, but I saved you through my actions. Well, I'm your hero and I'm your villain.
That's it.
All of it is based in action, and it's all about the story that's told. So keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that your job is to make sure that you control the story.
Tell the right story.
That's it.
There it is.
That's it. That's
Hey,
how you become a
that's
hero or
exactly,
villain.
exactly.
Control the story.
Exactly.
So, all right. Well,
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and thank Cam, number one, because these messages he's been sending us throughout the whole podcast have been amazeballs.
Yep. And I haven't seen one of them.
Yeah, except the pure evil one. I know
clearly.
you read it. I watched
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I saw the fur line on your brow show up.
There's only two I've seen, and I ignored both of them because they were not relevant.
You've seen it,
I
so
did.
you didn't ignore it.
Yeah. You're right, kind of, sort of.
It's okay.
Because he was being a villain.
He was.
He was being a
and
villain. He was
and I
being a
decided to
villain at the time.
anti-hero the moment.
You did.
That's what I did. That's it.
That was great.
Let alone the fact that, I want to take the time to thank you, Johnny, my liege, for setting this up and to make sure that we had this opportunity to do something a little different, to bring a new
Do it
perspective.
again like this. Wonderton prowess.
Oh, look at us, we're actually all together.
Form of EMM squad.
I like
What?
tears.
No, we're not
Is
going to
it
do Wonder
tears?
Twins because there's three of us.
I know,
Can't
but no,
say
that was-
those.
I can.
It got to be the...
No,
Wonder triplets.
I know. I just messed up your whole. I'm a
was
villain.
signing off.
Yes,
I
you
was
are.
trying to sign
I'm a
off.
You are.
villain.
They don't play about
Okay,
that.
all right. So
Yeah, don't play
thank
about
you,
that kind of
Johnny, for... You gonna cut me off again? Let's go. I say thank you, Johnny.
You hate being cut off. You do.
I don't
You
mind
hate
it. I
You
don't
go,
mind it. I
you
just
know.
watch. I just stay.
Go ahead. Don't believe me.
watch.
Let's go. Da-da-da-da.
Okay. So thank you, Johnny, for this. Shout out to the Brick House for hosting us.
Yes.
That's right.
Want to make
Yeah.
sure that we give credit where credit's due. We will be coming back in a month. We're dropping these every month now. So you guys won't hear back from us for a little bit, but at the same time, we will give you some consumable content, some clips and things. And then also use this opportunity to reach out to us and let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about or you have any questions for us, because we're here for you guys, right? We want to motivate you. And we use these Mondays to motivate you.
Yeah.
So with that, thank you all. Like, subscribe. Make sure you tune in. If you are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, anywhere that you're listening to, we appreciate you. We wouldn't do this for anybody else because we're doing it for our audience because they're very busy people. I'm not as busy as they are all the time. They're always busy.
Because we got to remind me that every day is Friday.
You haven't said
It has
that in
been
a long
so long
time.
since it's been Friday.
Because every day is Friday.
Yeah, you know what? We miss a hashtag Everyday Friday, hashtag
Maybe
Cam
you
is
should write
the
a
greatest.
song. But every day is Friday, and then you sing it at the end of every episode.
Next,
Oh,
ooh,
you gonna no?
next
Okay.
episode.
No, we ain't doing singing.
We
at
got
the end
every
of
day is Friday
episode.
bars.
We're not doing singing at the end of every episode. We're not doing that.
Let's see you
not?
sing every day is Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you get us over X amount of likes, I'll say 200. I've doubled it now. 200 likes, we'll do a sing-song episode. But if you don't do that, We're never gonna sing for you, okay? Now he may sing for you randomly, sporadically, but oh no, she was in here singing too. So
she was. Let's be clear.
I got nothing. We ain't doing it. So we gonna.
Were you singing in front of 5 Heartbeats?
Yes, I was about to. I didn't have. Oh my God, I read that.
Instigation.
I know. The AKA the jumper cables. He's starting stuff.
And it's not me this time.
Nah. And he has a straight face. That's what's
That's been the best part because he's been over here having all these straight face things, right?
New season.
It's like he has the same face if he's singing something like For Real that's like, oh yeah, I'm looking it up. And then the next one is just like, I can't think.
You don't ever know, do you? You don't know.
You don't know.
That's a villain behavior. That is not hero. That's not anti-hero. That's just villain.
That is kind of villain.
Straight villain.
But I love it, though. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So this is us signing off. We truly appreciate you guys tuning in. We will be back to you next month. If you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate to reach out and like, subscribe, comment, share. Be prepared for us in these chairs. And you can just chill until the next episode. Peace, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.
Peace. All right, now double down on this.